Yo, do you know when sometimes you might smoke a joint or have one of those random ideas in your brain that just comes from the ether of craziness and you actually, wow, there might be some truth to this. For example, what kind of timeline are we living in? And
coming out from President Trump's Ford worker who yelled pedophile protector at him.
if you're like me, a huge Back to the Future fan, bro, you're gonna realize what I'm talking about pretty soon. So in Back to the Future 2, Marty McFly, he goes to the year of 2012 and he, changes the whole timeline. When Biff gets into the machine, goes back and gives himself the almanac with all the sports revelation and sport results that will be in the next 50 years, right? That's how he becomes rich. And do you remember that in the movie, everything when he come back to 1989, everything is dark, everything is bad, everything is very aggressive. The Biff character is literally a mythical representation of a real estate broker who is an asshole. Coincidence? So Biff uses inside knowledge, the almanac, to rig the system. In Biff's timeline, wealth turns into political power. The country becomes a casino-like, flashy, lawless figure, right? Institutions collapse, violence and ego dominates. Media and powerful image overrides the truth. Let's think about this in a matrix concept, right? So Biff actually wins because he has insider knowledge, cheat code. You can say that the modern parallel with this is the data analytics, the media manipulation, and the political message with psychological precision. In today's world, the almanac isn't a book, it's the big data, it's the social media algorithms, it's the narrative control. Again, in 1989, the cheat code was the almanac book. In 2026 is the algorithm. Like rage becomes currency, outrage drives engagement, and chaos increases ratings. What the fuck? Biff does not build a society, he's not trying to, he builds a monument to himself. And what happens when ego becomes the infrastructure? Personality cults are bigger than institutions, and revenge is bigger than good policy. And you can see that the Marty reactions when he comes back to 1985 is like, is this America? Tell me if that's not relatable to you right now when you stop and ask yourself, what's going on? When did it get so angry, man? When this bullshit became normal? God damn, guys, how do you fix a timeline corrupted by ego, man? The Biff timeline is a warning about what happens when personality cult, wealth, ego, and power collapse into one personality. What is the solution Marty McFly finds? To remove the cheat code, right? Let's remind ourselves that the Biff timeline is fixed by removing the cheat code out of the wrong hands, boy. The question is, who is holding it now? We all know. It's funny that the creators back in the 1980s, they actually came out and explained that Biff's character in 1985 was based on flashy real estate moguls like Trump. And is it a coincidence that also Biff has a fucking tower, bro? So, did we get it? Did my thought that came from the crazy ether answer the timeline we're living in? Is this the America of Biff? Let me know in the comments if you're a Back to the Future fan, and also if you're a fan of crazy theories like this one. Alright, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, buy my book. I'll see you soon.